Oh my God, fuck that iPhone. Oh, I just, as much as I love my last iPhone, the one that got stolen from me, actually more or less right where we are right now, I don't like this one at all. And I'm not sure if that's because it's a 7 Plus, and I don't know, it's current revision of iOS, some things have changed that I don't like. The phone itself is kind of falling apart. The home button is not working very well. The home button had some issues when I got it. Like, it wouldn't read fingerprints, and that should have been a sign to not even fuck with it. But that's turned out to be way more of an annoyance than I thought it would be. And now the home button, like, it doesn't, half time doesn't work, and it puts this virtual home button that's on my screen and obstructs stuff. And it's just developed a whole lot of cracks in the screen, and the screen has always been not so good as far as it's glitchy. It's glitchy. Sometimes it doesn't feel where my fingers are touching, and sometimes it jitters and stuff. It's generally been a pretty freaking awful phone. Anyway, what it did just now is it was part of on me. I had 2 alarms set, and I guess I could have not set them, but I really hate the fact that, like, the alarm just stops me from recording video. Like, really? iOS isn't smart enough to figure out that when an alarm goes on and I'm doing something actively, like I'm actively doing something like recording video, that, maybe give me a pop-up but not stop the recording of the video? Anyway, fuck it. I just switched back to the Obama phone. When I reached up to grab the iPhone after it stopped me, after it just now cut me off, to stop the alarm for one thing, and it got, just in the short amount of time that I was recording, it got really hot. I mean, granted, it is hot outside. It's like 106. I don't know. Let me, if I can get back into my stupid iPhone here. It's such a pain in the ass to get onto this thing. It's 95 degrees, right? No, that ain't right. There we go. It's 95 degrees the last time it updated. It's 106 degrees. 95 my ass. 106 right now. So yeah, it is pretty hot, but yeah, that phone just does not. Yeah, it don't handle being in the phone mount, in the heat. Oh, look at this person. Wow, they're like, got the door wide open and they're partially blocking the road. Interesting. Oh, way to not stop behind the crosswalk, dude. It can't handle being in the phone mount when it's that hot outside and my air conditioning's not working. So, back to the Obama phone. It handles that handles that better. Anyway, I don't think I said the date and time again. So, Sunday, September 4th, 6:15 p.m. All right, we got a bicycle where it absolutely doesn't belong. 2022. For some reason, you're watching this in the far future. Since I got extra time to kill on the way to work, I figured I'd go down the 27th Avenue strip and see if I could see any lizards hanging out. Any of the, as John likes to call them, daytime models. Not seeing it. Oh, there was this is. Hang on, I want to get a closer look at that. Last time I went this way, I was talking about, I noticed as I drove by it, and I just drove by it again, there's a new apartment, some new development coming in, and I just kind of assumed it's probably luxury apartments. But I couldn't really tell. That couple with a stroller, I don't think they had a baby. I think they were just using it to push their garbage. I mentioned there was some kind of new development going in here on 27th Avenue that looked like, we got inflatable slides going on the left here. I just figured it's probably going to be luxury apartments, but wow, some kind of thing going on here on the left. music playing. As I get a content match for Pharrell. Oh no, they're doing karaoke. I think. Oh no, maybe playing a cover version. I don't know what's going on here. Some kind of community thing. People waving at me. I'm not going over there, dude. For leasing information, 602-244-1606. Gorman USA /.com/careers. I'll step out and take a look and see what's going on over here. Since I got some time to kill, don't have to be to work for like another 45 minutes, and it's only about a 12-minute drive from here, if that. Rehoboth? I love that in an area where there's so many homeless people. I'm assuming that this is what the building is going to look like the development's going to look like when it's built. I love that this unpronounceable name for the complex has the word hobo in the middle of it. Because I assure you, this place is going to have hobos around it. Because yeah, we're at the corner of 27th Avenue and Hazelwood. Rehoboth Community Development Corporation. Wow, okay, so this is apparently going to be, there's at least going to be some affordable housing going in here, because it's got the symbol for the Arizona Department of Housing and the City of Phoenix, and Home Matters to Arizona. You know, I'm not a fan of quote-unquote affordable housing. I'm a fan of housing that is affordable, not the same thing. Affordable housing is basically where the government is doing rent control, and whenever the reaching further, designated fight back area, I can tell they're really fighting back against the stuff here. Not. Yeah, that ends up being a thing where basically whenever the government's involved, it just turns shit to shit. It really does. Apparently that's what the complex is going to look like. Not much any other information here. It looks like they're just barely breaking ground on this, so and get a look inside there. Yeah, they're just barely breaking ground on this. Anyway, if this is going to be, and I'm just going completely on conjecture and what I know about the way Phoenix does affordable housing, there's no way something that looks this nice being done by a Rehoboth TH Community Development Corporation. Anything's been done by a developer as major as Gorman and Company. There's some money involved, and everybody knows there's no money involved in projects. And by projects I mean like building, housing projects. If all of that, this loveliness is affordable housing, there's simply no money. There's not enough money for a developer like Gorman and Company to mess with it, unless the city of Phoenix is throwing that money in, and I highly doubt that. The way they're probably going to do it, and I did sit at a city council meeting one time. I was there just for Lime scooter related stuff, but I sat at a city council meeting one time where they were discussing what they were going to put where the first American Legion Hall was located at. And for those who don't know, the very first American Legion Hall was in Central Phoenix. They had a 100-year lease, and it was expiring. So since the city owned that property, it was leased from the city. The city was discussing what they were going to do with it. And of course, there were a lot of people saying, hey, that's that's an American Legion Hall. Like, it's been there for 100 years. Why just let's do another 100-year lease? Yeah, the city's not doing that. Of course, the city has big developers like Gorman and Company. Not that it was that developer, but you know what I mean. Big developers with deep pockets. Here, you can see a lot more going on here. They're doing quite a bit of work to level out the land under it. So anyway, yeah, of course they've got big developers chomping at the bit, ready to pay them lots and lots of money for that property, or give them a whole lot money for the lease than the American Legion did. In fact, if memory serves, the amount that American Legion was paying for that property was like basically nothing. I mean, it was a contract negotiated over 100 years ago. So you know, it was basically a charity thing. You know, well, the city isn't really about charity these days, and especially wasn't under Greg Stanton's leadership, who was the mayor at the time. Anyway, so they had numerous developers that were in there, you know, talking about what they were talking about doing it. Oh, no, that's interesting. This complex here also says the same silly name, Rehoboth Place. Equal housing opportunity. I just love how this all I'm seeing is hobo. That's all I'm seeing when I see that name. Surprisingly, I haven't seen many hobos since I got out of the car. So yeah, generally what gets done is anyway, they're describing like what they were planning to develop. They were talking about maybe leaving a space in this development for the American Legion, which of course American Legion didn't seem happy about it. And then of course they're talking about, well, we need affordable housing. And then when they kind of got down to it, basically there were going to be, out of all these luxury units going in, and I haven't been down on the property lately to see what's going on with it. It's on like 7th Avenue. 7th Avenue, about 2 blocks north of Van Buren, on the west side of the road. Anyway, they were talking about that in that area, zoning limits it to 4 stories, so there's a limit on how much they can put there. And then they were also talking about how, and here's where we run out of sidewalk. They were also talking about how, I guess they already have some develop, you know, yeah, all the people from the American Legion that were hoping that they could keep their historic Legion Hall. Yeah, pipe dream. The city's looking to make some money from developers with deep pockets. You people are just in the way of that. We don't care that you're veterans. The city doesn't, you know, the city of Phoenix doesn't care that they're veterans. Anyway, that's kind of a neat little house over here. I've never walked down this street before. It's kind of neat to see some of the old houses still standing over here. I would imagine these houses probably predate I-17. Oh wow, they've got pipes coming out their rain gutter all the way to the street, which will trip you if you're trying to walk in the space where that's so bizarre, where the sidewalk should be. You trip over that pipe. Yikes. Don't ask why I'm walking over to I-17. It just seemed like, I'm coming by this funky little ghetto complex. God, this is one I've been wanting to do a video of, but it doesn't really have the character it had when I started doing this vlog. This thing on my right, I'll show you in a moment. Oh yeah, it doesn't even have its sign anymore. I mean, it's got the sign, but it doesn't have a sign in it. Anyway, hope y'all can hear me. I-17 is loud. I like how that building kind of looks like a castle. Ghetto castle. Yeah, these buildings are weird. Like, each one is like a duplex that's got some kind of weird false front on it. It's kind of interesting how the one that looks like a castle has a fence that separates it. But yeah, this is all like an apartment complex, except for maybe the one I'm walking by. And it had a name that used to be painted in that sign, but that's gone. Each one of the buildings used to be completely different colors. They're all like a matching drab gray now. Each one's got its own address. Each one's a duplex. There's like a matching duplex behind it. Oh yeah, this is pretty hood, y'all. Pretty damn hood. I like how that one's kind of cosmetically shaped to look like a barn. And of course, the one behind it just plain. And that one's got a pretty bizarre false front on it. All right, nice bumper. Anyways, I was saying at this city council meeting, they were talking about how, well, they needed to be so many units, and I forget how many it was, but it seems like it was a single digit. Like this development company is talking about building basically a four-story luxury apartments there by downtown, and which of course are probably going to rent for $2,000 plus a month. But we can tag it as and promote it as affordable housing because there's going to be 8 or 5 or whatever, I forget the exact amount, but ridiculously low, not doing anything to address the issue of the lack of affordable housing in Phoenix, amount of affordable units there, and yeah, and then of course those things you've got to go through like a city office and do all kinds of insane qualifications and wait on a waiting list. And I mean, I do know people get those apartments, but I've never met anybody that's managed to get through all the bullshit that's involved in getting a quote unquote affordable apartment through the city of Phoenix. That don't look good. I wonder if that one got burned out. Made it down to Campbell. This is the half-mile street, by the way, between Camelback and, actually no, it's the half-mile street between Camelback and Indian School. We got some shopping carts. I don't see the homeless people that go with them, but we have shopping carts there. As you can see from the power line goes over the freeway. This street used to cross the freeway before the freeway was built. Now, granted, that was before my time. That freeway existed even when I was a small child. I got early childhood memories of like riding with my dad down that freeway when I must have been like 4 years old. But and it looked a lot different then, by the way. Didn't have those big sound walls on the sides, so you could actually see everything as you were going through town. Anyway, I've seen maps though, and yeah, Campbell definitely went through before it was cut apart through the freeway. Boy, that building is not looking so good. I see smashed out windows, boarded up windows. Yeah, we are in the hood, y'all. So anyway, I was mentioning, what's up, dog? Mentioning some of the other YouTubers that like to go down 27th Avenue. There's another one that's been making these videos. I forget the name of the channel, but has been making these compilation videos of homeless people, and a lot of them in this general area, and he just a lot of clips of homeless people, but he's editing them all tight together, and he's zooming in on a lot of the people, and Madoma Manor, that place looks classy. And he's and then he just he puts this like sad piano music under all his videos. It's the same horrible music under all of them. And it's kind of funny. I've been watching quite a few of his just to, just because it's interesting footage of the area that I'm spent a portion of my life in and live near. Not like near, but I more like I work near it because Bullock's about 1.5 miles north of here. And I dig those benches. That's kind of neat. And when your complex has bars like that in front of it, that's just never a good sign. It's so prison-esque. Let's count the bars on the windows. 1, 2, 3, sleep. Anyway, there's some people complaining about, the sad piano music. And yeah, I'm not so fond of the sad piano music. And most of the time when I watch his videos, I've just got the volume like all the way down. because I know there's nothing worth hearing on them, just sad piano music. And but I did see some people in the comment section like complaining about the sad piano music, and my comment to that is, yeah, dude, you should get out of your car and actually talk to these people instead of just being a voyeur and filming them from a distance. But you know, I don't have the balls to do that. Now, the guy is popularly known as the Lizard Hunter. He's probably got like 4 different channels. And one of them called Tales from the Street, which you should really check out. Great channel. Yeah, that guy does have the balls to do that. I don't even have the balls to do that, honestly. I mean, most of my encounters that I have with homeless people while I'm vlogging through here are you know, them being pissed off and yelling because I have a camera. It's like, hey, I've got the right to walk in a public space with a camera. Deal with it. But if you haven't seen it, I've got videos where people have straight up, you know, homeless people have straight up chased me over it. And yeah, it's a thing. Anyway, yeah, Lizard Hunter's got another channel called Tales from the Street, where he does actually interview a lot of the homeless people in this area, and some of those stories they're pretty sad, and some of those people they're just so obviously just spun out. So anyway, yeah. Interesting area of Phoenix. And speaking of Lizard Hunter, his main channel, Lizard Hunter, and he's done 2 videos recently where he's actually gone through some apartments in this area, and he's done like tours and gone in there, like, you know, as if he's interested in renting, to get information on how much it costs to move in, and what their requirements are for moving in, and if they'll accept felons, and showing the apartments. And pretty disturbing. Like one of the apartments he went through was like $1,500 a month. I cannot imagine spending $1,500 a month to live in this area. And so on that note, back to this building, something hobo complex is going in on this corner. Yeah, I find it very, very interesting. If this is anything like the project that I was hearing being debated by the city council when I was at that city council meeting I was talking about, yeah, probably going to have a whole bunch of luxury apartments, and a handful of them that are rent controlled as quote unquote affordable housing that you have to sign up and get on a long ass waiting list for the city to get, whereas the rest of them will be probably ridiculously expensive, probably marketed on a website, where the people that looks like they're wrapping up whatever they're doing over there, marketed on a website where you see a bunch of pictures that look like this. And touting amenities and stuff, and then, you know, no. What's up?
What is all this for?
It's a Saturn. It's how I get to work.
No, I'm saying, why were you filming us?
Oh, just because you're there.